Right there, the two little holes. If I put these pieces onto there, it lines up actually spot on the centre, so we're going to go for those two. So centre pop these. Now this is virtually impossible to mount to drill from this side, so I'm going to put a pilot hole through and then I can drill it from the other side because I can mount it nice and flat. So to make sure we get this nice and straight and true, we'll just start the drill. I've got a little drilling block here that I use for lining drills up when I'm tapping holes. Quite simple to use, very effective. This is strange stuff to drill. It's very hard, very tough, very slippery. So all we'll do, we'll put the drill through there, start in the hole, then we'll put a clamp on here, clamp that, and that will keep the drill going through nice and straight. I've got various ones of these for different size drills and for different size taps. So we'll put a clamp on there and see if we can't get this drilled out. Right, that's one. Here, so we've got two holes through there. Then we need to pick up these holes now. Just going to be eyeballing this. Pretty good. I'll lock the table off now and then we'll drill this hole. I'll probably end up finishing this off using a milling cutter. I'm not quite sure yet. There's no chance of it snatching like that. It was fairly painless. One was slightly bigger but not much. I'm looking in there and there's no flaws in it, no blowholes in it, so obviously got the bronze in quite nicely. That looks good. It's just catching that back a piece, I'm not worried about that. I think we'll do the other one exactly the same. That's the repair finished. I could have had a little bit more build up around here, but I'm not worried about that. You can see the cast iron in there where I've just touched it. But basically I've built up the bronze there. It's absolutely solid, there's no blow holes in there, so I'm very happy with it. The only trouble is I put 20 pounds worth of thick bronze rods into it, but the casting is irreplaceable. I did put a lot more material on than I needed, but you're better off putting more on than you need and then taking it off. Just having to re-weld it again. There's nothing worse than having to start machining it and then realise, Christ, I haven't got enough on, so you've got to start re-welding. I really enjoy doing jobs like this, repairing something that's got a good chance of seeing us all out, I suppose. I might just put a big milling cutter on and just smooth that off there, we'll see. In last week's video I did a repair on an aluminium suspension pickup point of a car. It had some snap studs in. I removed the snap studs. They were standard 10mm by 125, sorry, they were standard 10mm by 1.5 steel high tensile bolts. They were probably 40mm of thread, and the reason that the mountings threaded all the way through was pure and simply for cost. Now I put in a 1.5D, that's 1.5 times the diameter in length, helicoil, and I was surprised how many people rang up and said that I'd weakened it because it wasn't as strong as the original part. So I'm going to put a helicoil in this bit of aluminium, the same helicoil I put in the aluminium, and I'll show you just how strong a helicoil actually is. .3 is the drill you use for a 10mm helicoil. And the helicoil top. This is also a cheap helicoil kit, it's not an expensive one. It's a universal set I got from Banggood. But saying that, it will pull you out of the shite. That was good, John. Right. Right, so that's in properly. Let's just break a little grab tang off. Right, that's a high tensile 8.8 grade bolt. Quite sure what's happening here. Right, the board's stretching. Now it's getting thinner. The helicoil hasn't moved. and I'm putting quite a lot of torque on there to stretch that bolt, a lot more than I would put on a 17mm bolt if I was tightening into a car suspension and I've tightened thousands. So that's dead simple. The helicoil is stronger than the bolt. Not very scientific, I'm no metallurgist, but I certainly know a little bit about nuts and bolts and threads. I think that's pretty conclusive. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always a massive thanks for all the well wishes that have been coming in. Anyway, thanks for watching.